everybody. I would like to welcome you to a very special Good Friday edition of the Irreverend. In honor of the upcoming holiday of Easter, you may have noticed I'm actually wearing this bunny. You're probably losing his head in most of the shots, but there he is. So, cute little feller. So he's up there. Anyway, we're going on to chapter 14, which is interesting because that was always Jesus's Powerball number. So it all comes together. There's a grand plan for everything and reveals itself in the strangest ways. Anyway, it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elisar, Chedorlaomer. It's going to be one of those chapters, isn't it? Probably. King of Elam and Tidal, king of nations. That these made war with Bera, king of Sodom. We haven't heard of any of these people, but they're all at war with each other. And with Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, and Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar. So, got that straight, or do I need to go into it? You got it. All these were joined together in the Vale of Siddim, which is the Salt Sea. So that's roughly where this war is taking place. There's a lot of battleships out there on the Salt Sea. 12 years they served Chedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. So they followed this Cheddar guy. He was a good leader for a while, but then after 13 years, they're like, we haven't won this war yet, there's something wrong with this guy. So let's overthrow him and screw this fighting business. And in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote so he must have beaten the rebels, and smote the Rephaims and Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and the Zuzims and Ham, and the Emims and Shava. So he's pissed off that this rebellion happened, and he's taking it out on all these poor Zuzims. And the Horites in their Mount Seir, I'm sure we've all known a few Horites in our day, in their Mount Seir unto El Paran, which is by the wilderness. So near the wilderness, near the Salt Sea, is where this is happening. And they returned and came to En-Mishpat, which is Kadesh, of course, and smote all the country of the Amalekites, so the massive genocide of Amalekites. So you thought Hitler was the first asshole, but no, it was this guy, Cheddar guy. And also the Amorites that dwelt in Hazaza. And try it again. Hazazon Tamar. God bless you. And there went out the king of Sodom. So he hears a ruckus outside. There's a war going on. Hey, you kids, keep it down. Oh my God, it's a war instead. And the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, they all got together. And the king of Bela, the same as Zor. That's the only part they thought you might have gotten a little bit lost. And they joined battle with them in the Vale of Siddim. So they all got together. This is like a Fellowship of the Ring kind of thing. They're all getting together to defeat the evil Cheddar Sauron guy. With Chedorlaomer, that's his name, Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elisar, 4 kings with 5. So it's 4 on 5. I don't really watch hockey, but it's like when you got, one guy's got a penalty and you got that extra chance to score. So that's where they're at right now. So they got to take advantage before another king joins up. And the Vale of Siddim was full of slime pits. That'll throw a wrench into any war. And the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there, probably just sunk into the slime pits. What a way to go. And they that remained fled to the mountains. So anybody who didn't fall into the slime took off to the mountains. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah. So they didn't just drop everything and run. They made off with what they could and all their victuals and went their way. And they took Lot. Remember him we know, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. So they kidnapped him, took all his food and goodies. And is this bothering you? It's okay? And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew. So one of them got away from them, and he went and told Abram they're headed to the mountains, and they took Lot and all of his stuff. For he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner. And these were confederate with Abram, so they were on Abram's side. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants. So these guys that are just used to bringing him coffee, he's putting rifles in their hands. Born in his own house, 318 of them, and pursued them unto Dan. Dan? The heck do you come up with a Dan? He was probably laughed at for his name. Dan? What kind of a name is Dan? Why aren't you a Frujabage or something normal? And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them. I thought he armed them so that they could get his son back, nephew, whatever what he was. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, smote them, and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, all by himself, I guess. Killed off his armed servants. He was pretty badass. Went and did it himself. And also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people. So, he is a pretty strong, resourceful gentleman. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer. So Chedorlaomer's been slaughtered now as well. And of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dale. So the king owns that little meadow there in the valley. He's a valley boy. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth, not Salem, Oregon, like your Salem, Washington. It's in the Pacific Northwest. I think it's Washington. Brought forth bread and wine. Oh, but it's not that one. It's a different Salem. Brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed him, and he said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. He's like the Chuck Norris of his times, I feel like. So they probably don't even think very highly of him, but they're, bless you, you're amazing, don't kick my behind. And blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand, and he gave him tithes of all. That's like money. So they're giving him money. Also, just in case the blessing isn't enough, here's $100. Leave me alone. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons that you took and kidnapped, and take the goods to thyself. So you get to keep all the stuff, but I want to do some torture on some of the people. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High God, even higher than me. So he did have some humility. The possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, which is that little thing at the end of the shoelace. And that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. So Abram's basically saying, what the hell is Abram saying? That I will not take a thread. So he doesn't want to keep anything, in case God says, hey, you are a material person. Save only that which the young men have eaten. So we did eat some stuff, that we can't give back. And even if we could, I don't think you'd want it. And the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion. So I'm good. I don't want anything. They can have some stuff, and then you keep everything else. So that's how that all went down. The story of Abram and Chedorlaomer. So again, happy Good Friday, and have a great Holy Saturday and Easter Sunday and Ash Monday and Resurrection Tuesday and the whole week full of joyous celebration and laughter and mirth that awaits us. I wish you and your loved ones and your family and your friends hugs and kisses, and it's just important that we're all together during this time, so that we can reflect and be at one with the Bible. All right, have a good weekend. I'll see you next week.